And the circumstances for this particular fight favor Conor immensely. Like, I think that Conor has a tremendous advantage in this fight versus previous, very recent, like many of his recent fights. Here is where I wanted to talk about that, okay? So put yourself in Conor's position at this point, right? Like, live Conor's life hypothetically. You know, like imagine what it's like to be Conor McGregor right now. Now, imagine what it's like to be one of these other fighters, okay? As a matter of fact, that's a good place to start. If you're a jiu-jitsu, you know, if you train jiu-jitsu recreationally or you have any experience in a gym, just imagine what it's like to be these guys. It's not a big leap, dude. They're doing what you're doing, only much more, and it's the only thing they're focused on. And they are doing press and they're talking about whatever, and they know exactly who they're fighting. It's coming up, but they train. That's all they do, and it's all they think about, right? McGregor, that's exactly what it was like for him when he was initially coming up in the fight game, right? He was obsessed. You've seen it on the documentary Notorious. It's all he did. It's all he thought about. He was a fighter to the... It's all he did. It is all he did. Okay, now, Conor is one of the most famous people on the face of the earth. Okay? He is one of the most famous people on the face of the earth. Everywhere he goes, it's a distraction. Every single thing he does is a distraction. Every single thing is a distraction. He has money to burn. That's a distraction. He has people who need him. That's a distraction. He goes out in public. People are badgering him. That's a distraction. Okay? It's every minute that he's engaged with a fan is a minute that if Micheal Chandler is in the gym, that's an advantage for Chandler. Every time that Conor's thinking about business while Chandler's thinking about the fight, that's an advantage for Chandler. Every single thing that is a distraction is an advantage for Chandler, okay? And I genuinely believe that Conor has no choice but to have a certain level of distraction given what his life is now, right? Except this time he's doing Ultimate Fighter. Now, I don't care what is in a person's life. They have the choice to focus, okay? They have the choice to focus. So even if you have 10 businesses, even if you have whatever, you have the choice of saying, I am not engaging in that right now. If you're Conor, like it's, you know, if you're Conor, he can choose not to engage. And he needs motivation to do that though, right? He loves to fight. Good. That is not motivation enough to shut all the other things out of your brain. It's just not. Like I understand Conor. That's not enough. That's not enough to get to a level of laser focus like he had on Jose Aldo. Okay? Think about what he was like for Jose Aldo. He had envisioned beating Jose Aldo as that was the pinnacle. That was it, right? And then quickly it became he wants to win 2 titles. But Aldo had not lost for 11 years, 10 years, whatever it was, and he looked at him, he thought about him 24/7, guaranteed. There's that scene when Aldo's fighting and Conor is in the crowd, and he's watching, and you just look in his eyes, dude. And you just look in Conor's eyes, and he's watching, and he's like, and he says to, I think it's Kavanaugh, he goes, it's 50-50 on the feet. And you could just see like his entire life is built around, I'm going to get to the title shot and I'm going to beat Jose Aldo. When he's outside the UFC, he's going to get to UFC, he's going to beat Jose Aldo. He gets into the UFC, he has no fights. I'm going to beat this guy, I'm going to beat this guy, I'm going to beat Jose Aldo. His whole life was all about getting to the moment where he's going to beat Jose Aldo. That's it. Laser focus, everything that he does, the goal is clear. He has not had that goal recently. He just hasn't. So he's doing Ultimate Fighter before this one. Do you guys understand how big of a deal that is if you really think about the experience for Conor? When you're I understand a lot of people, the vast majority of people have never done reality television. I get that. Okay? I have. And so when I tell you that it is going to be all-encompassing for them, that is exactly what it is. They are going to be doing this show constantly. Their entire life is going to revolve around this show. Conor does his own camps now, right? Like Conor runs his own camps. We all know that. People have said they're all, now he's running his own camps. He doesn't have anyone to tell him no. He doesn't have probably all accurate stuff, right? But here's the thing, dude. Okay? He's going to be on Ultimate Fighter. You have call times, right? You're the coach. The entire crew is there. They're filming. You are not running your own show. Conor's not running his own show, dude. He's not running his own show when he's on Ultimate Fighter. He has to be there. He has to be there to film. He has to be there to coach. He has to be there for the fights. He has to be there all the time. That's why I didn't think he was going to do it. That was exactly why I was like, there's no way Conor's going to commit to doing Ultimate Fighter, because I'm like, it's the antithesis of his life now. He's not going to do Ultimate Fighter. Why? Like, he's not going to do Ultimate Fighter. He's not going to do Ultimate Fighter. He's going to commit to it. Now that he is doing Ultimate Fighter, now you got to revamp. And you're like, dude, he's going to be filming every single day for weeks and weeks and weeks. And he's going to have Micheal Chandler there for weeks and weeks and weeks. Conor's not going to make friends with Micheal Chandler. It's going to be like just nonstop. And the point is, Conor's going to be focused. He's going to have to focus. He has no choice. He's going to be focused on the fight. And after being there for 6-8 weeks, whatever it is, when he goes to his camp, this is not like any of these other fights. It's not just like, oh, Dustin, oh yeah, I'm fighting Dustin Poirier, cool. And then you go train, it's like whatever, and you could do hype it up, but nothing can compare to having done a television show with the guy where you're sitting across from him as your rival every single day, where every single thing that they're doing is hammering, this guy's your rival, this guy's your rival, this guy's your rival, this guy's your rival, this guy's your rival. Like, Conor's going to go into this fight better focused than any fight that he's done since Eddie Alvarez, for absolute 100% sure. No question. Absolutely. Well, Khabib, let me take that back. I don't know what his deal was with Khabib. I've heard he wasn't very focused. I don't have any idea, right? But for this one, I can, without any shred of doubt, for all the reasons that I'm stating, he is going to be very, very, very well prepared mentally.